Hey everybody, it's Mike Sullivan with Born to Shine. Today we have an awesome guest. His name is Randy Russell, and he is the superintendent over at Freeman School District in beautiful, I almost said Rockford, Washington. It's near Spokane. Is it
Yep.
Rockwood?
No, it's Rockford. You got it right, Mike.
Rockford.
Yeah.
Okay, crazy. Thanks, Randy. Well, thanks for being with us today and carving out some time for us.
You bet. Thank you. It's just really an honor to be here with you, Mike. And I just love what you've got going on, your message,
Hmm.
your positive spirit to help kids and to help them work through some of the difficulties, right? That we face not only as students, but sometimes we're still facing them as adults. So
Yeah,
thank you for all you're
absolutely.
doing.
Oh, thank you. And
Yeah.
what was your journey like, Randy, to become the superintendent? Because that's such a high position, a lot of people looking up to you for your leadership, your wisdom and guidance. What was your journey like to become that?
Yeah, it's really been a blessing. Mike, I remember being back in college and I thought, I'm going to go to law school when I graduated from Whitworth University. And one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Baird, who was our high school librarian, said, Randy, you're not going to be a lawyer. You need to be a teacher and a coach. You need to work with kids.
Hmm.
That's where you can make a difference and you're gonna be so fulfilled as an educator. And that conversation literally changed my career path. Mike, and 37 years later, here I am, right?
Wow.
Started as a teacher and a coach, and got a chance to coach baseball in high school and college, and then became an administrator, was an athletic director. I did student discipline, did curriculum, became a high school principal of 1,600 students. Loved that, one of my favorite positions in all of education, and then been really blessed and humbled to be the superintendent of Freeman School District for the last 14 years.
Oh, wow.
So we've been here. Our two youngest kids have literally grown up in Freeman from the time Ryan was in second grade and Riley was in preschool. Ryan graduated a couple years ago from Freeman, and Riley's a junior. And so being able to be here with my family, have my wife Shauna be an educator, and we're a family of educators. To be able to be on this journey and serve as a superintendent, truly, it's something I jump out of bed every morning, Mike, to get here, and I have for the last 14 years. And it's not been easy,
Mm.
right? There are
Mm.
some challenges in there too when you're in a leadership role, but being able to impact kids, I know all 850 students
Mm.
that are in our school district. I know every staff member, all 150 of them. I know every parent who
Mm.
sends their kids here. And to be in that situation and to be a superintendent for 14 years in one place is almost unheard of. So that's why I feel so fortunate to be here.
Wow, well, that's incredible, Randy. And I'm kind of getting a feeling of why they won't let you go because you're really basing. I mean, you are building strong, solid relationships.
Mhm.
All the 150 staff. The 800 students. All their parents. I mean,
Yeah.
that takes a lot of time, and that is a huge investment, but that builds that trust. They know you care about their kids, they know you care about them. So, I mean, to me already, just getting to know you, I already see why they're like, no way, he's not leaving. We got to keep Randy here. So that's
Thank you.
incredible. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And as you know, Mike, as you travel across the nation and work with so many students and staff and school districts, it's all about relationships.
Right.
Right?
Amen.
Everything is connected to your relationship with the kids and the families and the staff that you serve. And really, my role here is to serve, support, and help as many people as possible. As a superintendent, a lot of times you get to have conversations with parents
Mm.
that aren't necessarily just about their kids, or
Mm.
maybe you're helping a staff member work through a situation, or maybe your school district is partnering with another neighboring school district on
Mm.
something that's really cool to serve kids and families in your community. And that's where it just really like warms my heart that you get a chance to partner with other people and you can see the difference that it makes. And that's what makes me jump out of bed every day.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And you got your whole family there. Help me if I got the names wrong. Shauna, your wife,
Yep.
Ryan, your son, and Riley, your daughter.
Yep, exactly. And then we've got two older daughters as well, and they're both educators too. They didn't come through Freeman, but that's why I say we've got a kind of a family of educators.
Oh, that's awesome. That is really cool. And
Yeah,
you know
thank you.
when no, for sure. I think it's powerful because you're all in the same field. You're probably learning from each other, inspiring each other, and growing together. That's cool. My mom was a teacher, so I'm always kind of picking her brain. Hey, what do you think of
Mhm.
this? Or what's this? What's a good approach for this lesson plan? So,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sean has been really great, Mike, for me having a teacher in your house that can
Mm,
give you just some insights and keep you really grounded, right? Like it's been a little
mm,
while, even though I feel like I still have a teacher's heart and I'm here as a teacher and as an educator, but having Shauna really helps me stay connected to what is the reality of today in a classroom with
mm,
kids? What are those challenges that teachers are facing?
yeah.
What are those challenges that parents are working on with their teachers because we know that kids spend so much time
Mm,
with educators, right? They have such an
mhm.
important role and they're doing such a phenomenal job that we want to have that great connection with the families. And
Yeah.
Shauna really helps me with that part.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, you have that servant leadership heart, and that's huge. That is,
Thank you.
yeah, that's incredible.
Thank you.
And you know, when you were K-12, was there anything that maybe you struggled with? For me, it was, I was bullied, it was anxiety, it was depression, it was all these big adult feelings inside this little third grade, body. And there was some support, but not a whole lot. And I'm just curious if there's anything that maybe you struggled with when you were K-12.
Absolutely, and still struggle with some things as an adult, as a 58-year-old as well,
Mm,
right?
mm,
And I remember distinctly my grandfather passing away. I
mm,
was in third grade, and
mm,
I got an ulcer, Mike, because I thought that I was going to die
mm,
because my grandfather had passed away. And just working through that anxiety was really challenging as an elementary student. And then I got bullied like nobody's business as a sixth grader
mm,
by an individual to this day that if I still hear his name or see his face back in my hometown, it literally brings back these incredibly terrible memories.
mm,
And I just remember that how I felt during those two situations, and that I think that's been a part of my calling as an educator is to have much more empathy when other people are struggling, when somebody is dealing with a difficult situation,
mm,
maybe they have anxiety, maybe they've been bullied. And so I feel like a big part of my career, Mike, has been going to bat for the underdog
love it.
because I felt like an underdog at times as a student. And then as an adult, I still, have times where I've had to work through some anxiety and some issues of, real mental challenges. We had a school shooting here, Mike, 7 years ago, and we
Mm,
lost a student. Three other students got injured. And I think about it every day, and that was, almost 7.5 years ago.
mm,
And I've had to go back to counseling a couple of different times. I never even saw my school counselor, going through like middle school or high school. And, I've gone to a counselor as an adult to work through my own challenges. I have dealt with PTSD for the last 7 years. And you want to talk about anxiousness, you want to talk about dealing with crazy thoughts in your head about, working through that, getting support from a counselor. Um, I've had a couple of really serious panic attacks,
mm,
Mike, and I thought that I was going to have a heart attack and die while I was on the job.
mm,
And so I have a real special place in my heart for anybody that's had anxiety, been bullied, had a situation where they were feeling, like they can't, you know, work through a situation and just being much more empathetic and supportive. And I think that's helped me be a better superintendent. And I know it's helped me be a better dad and a husband and a human being.
Amen to that. Wow, that was beautiful. Seriously, that was amazing, Randy. And like you said earlier, and I mean this with all my heart, I am so sorry that that happened to you. and
Thank you.
sixth grade, and third grade with your grandfather passing.
Yeah.
And I'm just sorry that that happened,
Thank you.
and that you went through it. And it is amazing. Before we hit, go on the podcast, you were saying, I think we're cut for, kindred spirits, I think you said.
Yep. Yep.
And
Exactly.
now I hear it. We
Yep.
100% are. And man, it definitely has um, it's made me more empathetic for sure, and more patient, more understanding, if someone's struggling, and I know it has for you too, like you shared, more empathetic,
Absolutely.
made you a better father, a better husband, a better superintendent. It's like, wow, that is beautiful how we can take that pain and turn it into our purpose to support others, and you're doing it. And that's incredible. So thank you for what you do.
Yeah, you bet. You're welcome. Well, and it goes right back to your message because, when things are going well, Mike, and we want it to go well
Mm,
for students and staff and parents, right, in our communities, we also know there's going to be difficulty.
hmm.
There's going to be some challenges. There's going to be some tragedies, unfortunately, that happen. And all of that is needed for you to be able to be in a position where you're born to shine. Truly, because it can't just be based on all the good stuff, right?
Right.
You have to go through the other really tough stuff because that's a part of your growth and development as a human being. And you have a greater appreciation when things are going well or when somebody's really struggling to be there for them.
Right.
And this is how we get to a spot where we get to really try to help other people. Mike, I truly believe that.
Yeah, same. That's awesome. And you're so right. I think if anyone's watching this, if you're a student and you're getting bullied, or even if you're bullying yourself and putting yourself down and just struggling, know that one, it's okay to not feel okay, and two, know that that's what you aren't made for, right?
That's
You were
right.
made for great things,
Yeah.
and that there are people that love you, want to help you, just like Mr. Russell and the teachers, the school counselor, and also it's okay to talk about it, right?
It
It's
is. Yeah.
okay. That's how we start to heal, and yeah. So now that was awesome, and I think at your school district, this kind of dovetails into it nicely, Randy. What have you noticed, maybe that's working well within your school district to support your kids with mental health, and maybe some other things in like a perfect world? What would you like to see more of?
Yeah, I thought, Mike, that we were doing a really good job supporting students before the shooting incident and before COVID.
Mm,
And what I have learned is there is so much more that we can do to support our students. And so we've really stepped up as a school district. One of the most important things that we did was we hired a mental health counselor.
mm,
And that mental health counselor, in a partnership with Spokane County commissioners here in the Eastern Washington region, we've got a mental health counselor that can work with seventh grade through 12th grade students. And that counselor, Chris, is making a huge impact
mm,
because he's a trusted, respected individual that kids can go to and can connect with and be able to get some things off of their chest, talk through some of those challenges, some of those anxiety pieces that they're dealing with. Another thing that we've done is we've partnered with the Cook Center. The Cook Center's initiative is really around supporting kids, staff, and parents.
mm,
And so they provide free resources to our parents online to help parents battle through and work through things such as depression,
mm,
anxiety in their kids, their own children,
mm,
having resources for parents instead of like, who do I call, Mike?
mhm.
Who do I need to get to?
Right.
Right here, you can go right on our website. You
Love
can
it.
connect right to the Cook Center, and here are those free resources. And then if you need help navigating the medical side, of mental health, of supports for your family. We partner with Care Solace,
Mm,
which is a great national provider. And basically, what they do is they help connect you with insurance
mm,
so that you can get connected with those resources and access those mental health resources, the experts. And so I feel like those three things, Mike, in addition to our amazing staff, they're super professional. They're very caring. I can tell you that every single of the 150 staff members are here for the right reason. They love kids. They're here to serve kids. They want to make a difference for kids.
Hmm.
And they like each other and they work well together, which is not always easy to do for 150 employees.
Yeah,
And
that's
they do it, Mike. And so when you put all of those together, that's like a winning formula. I mean, we haven't crossed any finish line, but I feel like we're doing such a better job of supporting our kids through those resources and then the training, right, that our staff needs and these resources for our parents. So we're truly in a parent partnership. And I think that's where we're really moving the needle.
yeah, that definitely is moving the needle. I mean, especially that the parent partnership element, and that relationship, and then those the three tiers you have, where they can find the help, they can find the insurance,
Yeah.
and then you've got was it Chris?
Yep.
The
Chris is our mental health counselor.
So cool.
Oh,
Yeah, 7 through 12. That's
yep.
amazing. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I guess any maybe words of encouragement, if a parent is watching this, or a student's maybe watching this, or a teacher, or someone that maybe is going through a bit of a challenging time, any words of encouragement or thoughts you'd like to share?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you for asking. And I know you believe this as well, that life is a team sport.
Mm,
Life is a team sport, Mike, and whether it's your family with you and your spouse or significant other, your kids, you're on a team, right? Could be four of you, could be three of you, could be eight of you, whatever, 10. It doesn't matter what the number is, right? And
right.
then when you're in a grade level or you're in a building, you're a part of another team. And when you're in a school district, that's another team, right? And then when you're in a community like Freeman, that's even another team. So you get a chance to get through life knowing that you're part of a team and you're supposed to be on a team. So when it gets difficult, it gets challenging, it gets tough, you don't have to do it by yourself, right?
Right.
You've got team members and you've got support to be able to go through that. And that would be my message to anybody, whether they're a student, an educator, or a parent who's watching and listening to this, that you have people that are available and are a part of your team to help you be successful, no matter what you're dealing with.
Yeah, I love that. Randy Russell, thank you so much, sir, for making time
Well,
for us, sharing your heart with us, sharing your story with us, and then showing your passion,
yeah,
sharing that and how you're really now definitely moving the needle. You're creating a ripple effect of some powerful, beautiful elements. So thank you for what you do, Randy.
you bet. Thank you, Mike. It's just been an honor. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.